Welcome back to the group, everyone. So today we're starting a new series, even though we're only 3 videos into this being a new channel, but ignore that. We are doing some stories from our favourite source of knowledge, Reddit. Today's topic is friendships, which is something I lack, obviously. We're going to be recounting some stories, and then we're going to be getting our lovely opinions from these two lovely people. So we will do introductions now, starting with this one.
I'm Brandon, and I've been friends with Sam for 2 years. And
2 years too long.
You for 8 years.
And I'm Alexis. I've been friends with this one for what now?
8 years.
Oh shit, we already said that. I've known him as someone as I can think about when I need to shit. And that's like, it's like, you know, yeah.
Very good, very good.
Yes.
And as always, I am your host, Sam the Player. Right, we will commence with the first story. Am I the asshole for being weirded out by my parents' new friend? So long story short, my parents are in their 60s. And in the last few months, they've befriended a girl who works in the same area as they do. For context, a 20-year-old female. At first, it seemed more like a work friendship, where they were in the same sort of area, they would talk, they'd hang out, they'd bring things that she baked, she would take some of the baking courses, so she could always bring them her leftovers from the assignments. At first, it was April, bringing them things at work. This turned April going places with them after work. Then it turned April driving out of the way by 40 minutes to visit them at their home. My parents also, for some reason, tried to set this girl up with my nephew, who is the same age. He completely shut that down pretty quickly, as he's not her type at all, despite my parents really trying to push him on. Okay, that's great. A new friend is exciting, albeit the age difference is a bit bizarre. Maybe they're giving her a bit more attention. Fine. I go over to my nephew one night, a few weeks ago. April was there. Another time, my wife and I dropped by without warning. April was there. I video call my parents randomly throughout the week, and she's always seems to be around at work or outside of work. Oh, say hi to April. She suddenly just appears out of nowhere, it seems. The straw that broke the camel's back was my parents were having a whole family over for Easter today, and you guessed it, April was there. Not only that, but the whole night was basically about her. April did this, April did that. I don't think my parents spoke more than 10 words to anyone else in the room. It was super awkward for everyone involved. She stayed the whole night. Damn. My boy actually opened his Easter basket in the corner whilst my parents were in convo with April. This normally would have been something they'd make a big deal out of, maybe bring out and pay attention to it for a bit while he opened the gifts they got him. Not today. Weird comments were made. My mum was talking about a gift she going to ask for a birthday gift from all of her kids to pick that. All of her. This is so grammatically wrong. Pardon me, everyone.
Oh yeah, it says, dearie me, pardon me, everyone.
I've not had a chance to read any of this beforehand. Anyway, edit that out. All of the kids can pitch on. April explained, guess I'm unadopted. Anyways, I spoke to my parents when April left and explained to them that having her over during family functions makes it awkward and they don't want to hear what I had to say at all. My mum made me out to be the bad guy and told me it's controlling of me to not want her to have friends. This is when my wife chimed in and kind of explained to them that the whole thing was super weird and it seemed like April was just inserting herself. Am I the asshole for being uncomfortable and getting bad vibes from this girl being around? Freaking how obsessed they became. My true crime watching brain is telling me she's trying to take out life insurance policies on them or something. LMFAO. That's how weird it seems to be. That's the conclusion of the story. Opinions time, everyone.
I'm a bit stuck because it could seem like just a normal sort of friendship, but it is like she's very much inserting.
Yeah, especially with like family situations. Usually that's a very personal sort of thing. Unless it's like a close friend of the family, but it's just someone that they've only recently, let's be honest, found out.
Can I just ask, what was that one bit about being, I'm unadopted? Or
to reread what was said, it was about their mum basically talking about a gift she was going to ask all the kids basically to get her for her. And then April, the person in question, would chip in, oh, I guess I'm unadopted.
Yeah, that threw me off.
Yeah, it's a bit of a awkward joke to be making at a family function.
Yeah.
Especially if he has no relation besides being a friend whatsoever.
Well, is April making that joke?
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
that was
well, right, okay.
Yeah.
So, oh. I can't lie, I don't even know what she's doing.
For fairness, it could just be taken out of context. She could just be a family friend. But the whole thing about inviting her to family functions, which is kind of like a very personal sort of thing. Unless she was like a close family friend.
And if
Kind
no
of a bit
other
weird.
like close family friends were like invited. Then...
Exactly. It's kind of just weird in the end
feel
of the
like
day, isn't it?
Breaks little boundaries. Doing some stuff that goes against what you want. I don't know.
I mean,
it's I don't
not sure this person they could just be like a nice person, it might just be taken out of context, but the whole thing about like goes to a family function making awkward jokes like this, and then obviously no one else in the family knows about this person whatsoever, it kind of seems a bit off.
It is, a little.
So what are we saying on this one? Are they the asshole or are they not the asshole?
I want to say like everybody.
Everyone's kind of an asshole in a way.
Like, well, I'm kind of thinking because I feel like April inserting herself is a bit, but then also how the parents are reacting about it.
They're being a bit like,
and then how OP is about it. Like it, I see why they think it, but also it seems
so it's
like
kind of like it's kind of like a bit on everyone, really.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Alexis,
no,
you more saying on
I
that?
generally back on what Brandon said. That sounds much.
It's really a grey area if you think about it. Like it can honestly be anyone at this point. Is it wrong for her to kind of insert herself into a personal situation like that? Yeah. But
no, wait, what? Yeah, it is wrong.
Pardon?
It is wrong. I was like, wait, what?
You just contradicted
wait,
yourself.
no.
All the other family members being a bit too judgmental, kinda.
Yeah.
So it's like a real grey.
So I do feel like everyone kind of sucks.
No, but like, it sounds right to me though. It feels okay to be judgmental when someone else that you don't know is coming in. I'd be like pissed off. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you coming into why are you doing that? Like, I'd be.
It's kind of like if Brandon intruded on your personal life.
If Brandon were to like, I don't know, intrude to when I'm taking a shit, I'd be pissed off.
There's a lot of shit related.
You just said you think of me.
I really need this shit. But no.
There's a lot of shit opinionated things in this video.
But I do agree that everyone is very asshole in this, but I wouldn't.
So
I think like, what if the parents are the asshole? Because isn't it? It's very odd for you to be friends with someone who's 20.
That's why I kind of said everyone sucks.
As grown adults, it's like they could
got a cameo appearance.
They could be manipulating this poor girl, and that's why she's awkward.
Yeah, that is a good point to add on, actually. Anyway, let's find out what people have to say about this one. So, first comment is as follows: the non-scam version is that April doesn't have parents, or has really bad parents, and is attached to your parents. And your parents like the extra attention and meaning that April brings. The scammy version is April was trying to get your parents' money.
Oh.
She's not going to take the life insurance policies out on them and kill them. That's just way too suspicious. Plus, murder is much rarer than people being scammed. Just makes for, worse podcast TV shows. If money is the goal, stealing, scamming, or just receiving gifts is far more easier. I guess that kind of puts in a point like, I doubt some random 20-year-old stranger guy go purposely out of their way to get to know someone they've barely known beforehand just to claim life insurance on them. I feel like, obviously, the writer will be probably over-exaggerating in a way. The writer's bound to do that in some ways. It brings, like, a point from both sides of the story. So, in one way, like, April could just have, like, bad relations with her parents, so she might not even have parents, unfortunately. So maybe she's growing, like, an attachment, which, in all fairness, if that's the case, then you can't really blame her. But then, of course, that's the other side of the coin, which she's trying to get something out of them.
Yeah, I could see it more being sort of the family side, because it would make a lot of sense.
It would explain a lot, wouldn't it?
I don't know about going straight to murder.
No, exactly. I think that's probably just the writer overly exaggerating in a way.
But, like...
Wait, that was added?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You not heard that point in the original story. I might have glossed over it a bit, but...
Oh, yeah. I was kind
of... it's probably just the writer overly exaggerating.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't think some random 20-year-old stranger who's only just met your parents like a couple months ago would try to claim life insurance.
Yeah.
Try
well,
in all... Oh, go on. No, in all honesty, in this world, like, you don't know what to expect. To be honest,
Ah, that's a
like
good
killing
point.
is I'd agree, it's over exaggerated, but like I don't know, life was a bit what?
It's all a bit questionable.
Yeah.
Like,
It
where's-
seems more the family.
why is this person getting so close to the family so quickly?
It
Like,
seems more the poor family like dynamic sort of thing. Is the
Yeah.
more reasonable.
anyway, we got a response. This is from the person that wrote the story originally to that comment. They did say something about her giving them a link to watch movies or something like that. I should probably investigate it. She seems fine with her own parents. She's actually on her way back home from visiting her own parents when she stopped in to hang out the rest of each day at my parents' house. So it seems like she had already visited her own parents. But then on her way back home or wherever she was going next, she decided to stop in at the parents'
Also, they
house.
have a good relationship.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
the relationship dynamic with her parents is, with April's parents, is completely fine from the sounds of it.
So there's only one more thing: murder. No, I'm joking. But I don't know. Then I was more leaning towards the poor parent dynamic. But
Unless they have like a weird dynamic with their parents. If you had like a bad childhood raising through your parents and whatnot, if you didn't just have bad relationships with their parents, obviously I understand sometimes like it's hard to avoid your own parents because they brought you into the world, but
yeah,
sometimes you see that some people will just like outright go out their way to, unless they really need to, they'll outright just avoid contact with their parents.
yeah, that could be.
Alexis, any opinions?
No, I got you.
You got me.
I got you.
She
I
got
got
me.
you. I got you.
Anyway, next comment that was on this one. Not the arsehole. This sounds weird. Do you think they're having threesomes?
Oh, you know what? I like that questioning. I like that.
And what is that? That's crazy. It's crazy.
Some freaky ass fucking parents, bro.
Wait, I just
Yes,
have to
Alexis, bro.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Cut that out.
No, I'm actually so sorry. No, I
I mean, it could.
no, that should not be even a. Don't
No, I'm just gonna say there are some. I feel weird talking about this. There are some older like couples that will sort of.
After they go that way to find
Brandon.
younger people.
Yeah.
Tread lightly. She's 20. These are like 60-year-olds.
People are weird.
Oh,
No, I'm not saying it's good.
fresh
but-
20-year-old with 60-year-olds.
No, that
What?
is awful. But I'm just saying some people like. So I don't get what I'm trying to
No.
say.
I kind of get what you mean.
For some people, you know, it gets them going, it gets them revving up like a car.
Yeah.
And you know, listen, I will yuck their young because that's fucking gross as fuck. But let's be aware, there's a
So
lot
that
of
purpose
swingers
is
out there. There's a lot.
Yeah, but that's not.
Seems a bit weird for her to be purposely pursuing like a younger person though, like a far younger person.
Yeah.
Thing is, I'd never be in a relationship with someone so much younger because that's just weird.
It'd be interesting to see what the person responded with. This is something I seriously thought about because my dad always kept slapping her on the leg when talking or like touching her knee, this and that.
Oh my god.
Apparently, this is apparently what my brother told me after the fact, but I don't know. Might just not be that deep. It's possible, obviously, he liked having a younger female around. Who knows? But my mum was seriously offended and defending having her hair hard when I said it made everyone uncomfortable.
Ooh,
Now they throw that in physical
sounds-
contact.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Brandon sounds a little bit too. Ooh, your theory's a bit. Ooh, them having a threesome. I think that's a bit plausible in this now.
Especially if there's physical contact being made.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Like, you don't just randomly go up to someone and go like, that
Yeah.
or that, like.
I do it to you.
Like, that's what I do to myself.
Yeah, that's it. No.
No, but it is like I don't like it, but it is possible that is like what's happening.
Wait.
Because obviously, if they've got like a good dynamic with their parents, and let's say it's not for like any money or that's kind of the only. Well, no, not only, but
So not for money, but for like sexual favour as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, next comment. Can you explain the thing about the daggers? Your writing style seems a bit confusing. What do you mean by that?
the daggers.
I don't think there was anything mentioned
Are
about.
you?
No, there's nothing about daggers mentioned here.
Yes, there are.
Where?
In the main story.
Something about how she's collecting daggers. Yeah.
Oh, I
What?
completely did not hear that part.
Well,
Oh, okay. So recount the actual quote. Sorry if I forgot about this. something about daggers she's collecting because they're easier to stab people with and the wound won't heal.
Oh, now you're
I completely skimmed past that bit. I didn't. hear
I
that.
think I didn't notice it at first, but now come to think of it, yeah, 20-year-old collecting daggers makes a comment like that and then suddenly starts hanging around your parents.
But there's no real motive on why you want to do that. Like,
Yeah.
it could be a collection like, well, it's like collecting a bunch of knives, but you're not going to harm anyone.
Not on paper, at
Well,
least.
Like, you wouldn't really. I don't think you would harm someone like that. There's no real reason
No. But
to.
it
But
seems a
it's
bit
like
odd that it makes
if this girl was actually being groomed, yeah, fucking yeah, I
Yeah,
go
but,
fucking
like-
kill someone who was grooming me for their money, yeah. Yeah.
And then there's also like the other way around, like she's purposely, obviously not downplaying that, but there might be the case that it seems a bit odd that she randomly pops up into this family's life and then she makes like a really weird comment out of the blue like that, unless there's something going on beforehand that, you know, the person writing this wasn't
See,
aware of.
That's also a plausible thing. I think that and the sort of like threesome thing is kind of it. They're both plausible in a way.
Maybe.
I don't know if they're both involved,
Maybe.
but it's like it could be either one. So I still don't think that like. I still think everyone's the asshole about it.
Yeah.
From what I've heard. But
So the response in regards to this. So my brother mentioned collecting coins. This in a conversation, and she mentioned that she collects or makes daggers, and she then went on to say, "I love daggers because when you stab someone, it's far difficult to make the wound heal." She said this all with a straight face and did not laugh or anything. Maybe dry humor, but what the fuck? Laughing my fucking ass off. My nephew literally said out loud, "What the hell?" and then got up and walked away. The room was completely silent for 24 seconds afterwards.
Ooh.
that's weird.
Yeah. May I point out, remind everyone, this is a family gathering that she's more or less kind of randomly showed up to.
Yeah, that's.
To be honest, I don't think that's an exaggeration now. Thinking about the writer, she's not really exaggerating it.
It's kind of like
No.
Seeing the perspective from the brother.
she's kind
it's
of basically
sounds.
inviting crazy. Well, not her
Yeah.
specifically, but her parents are inviting crazy into the house.
Yeah, that's just.
Well, she's
Weird.
not the asshole, to be honest. I don't think she's the asshole for that.
Who, April?
Oh,
I was
no,
gonna get
like
onto that
the,
point.
The
Oh,
writer, no.
like the writer, no.
The writer, no, she's
The writer's-
not. She's not.
No.
So is
An
that the
asshole for
verdict
thinking
we're all
about that.
saying? The
No.
writer is not the asshole.
The
in this
more I
case?
hear about it, the more I think
Yeah.
that. Like, they're not.
Well, why do you
The
think?
writer's not the.
I
asshole.
personally agree. I don't. With all that's being said, I personally don't think that the writer's the asshole. You know, they have a good reason for their concerns, if anything.
Yeah.
Especially if he's making comments like that. General verdict between us and the commenters, not the asshole. Next story. Am I the asshole for saying my friend isn't an animal person? I am a 19-year-old female, and I have a friend, we'll refer to them as Jay, who is also a 19-year-old female. For the most part, she is a good friend of mine, and she's very nice. However, she can be a little bit rigid. My life is built around animals. I work in a pet store, have 2 dogs, foster cats, and a horse. With my friend, I saw a few odd interactions with animals. She sort of acts like they're objects as opposed to autonomous creatures. Recently, she mentioned that she was trying to convince her dad to get another dog. I told her that it probably wasn't a good idea because her dog was 7 and she didn't live at her home, so it made no sense to get another dog she'd only spend time with over the summer and would not take care of. She then insisted that her dog needed another pet in the house. She then sent me TikToks of puppies that extended their lives into senior dogs after that. I said that while those videos were cute, that's not how it goes most often. The senior dogs are often just stressed and overwhelming puppies, as most dogs don't enjoy puppy energy. She then asked what age of dogs would be a good idea. I responded with, dogs are the same size as your dog and like 5 or 6 years old. She then said that the idea was, pardon my language, fucking stupid, because she didn't want a dog that would die too quickly after she got it. I told her that maybe she just wasn't an animal person and that she didn't need a dog. She then asked me what I meant by that, and I said, just seemed like you'd like a toy rather than more than just, having a dog. She then said I was being mean, but I said that's just how I felt. She called me a bitch and then texted me like nothing happened a few hours later. I asked a mutual friend of ours, and she said I was being bitchy, and asked if I was still in my mind. I should apologise, but I don't think I did anything wrong. That's the story. Opinions before we get on to the comments. In all fairness, there's always something that's treating an animal like it's just an object rather than an actual living creature is kind of degrading, basically.
Yeah, they're just there.
They're just there, yeah. So it seems like you just don't have like the best of interest or care in mind for the animal, really.
Yeah.
Oh, this feels a little bit straightforward. It makes a little sense to me. It makes sense on how she thinks that how she treats dogs are objects. Like you gotta treat them like a little buddy, even if they're like what 5 or 6 or whatever. Like you gotta treat them as somewhat there instead of not there.
In all fairness as well, though, and I can kind of see this, besides that obviously reducing animals to an object, some dogs admittedly do better with companionship,
Yeah.
Like, so, not all dogs will hate puppy energy. Some dogs will actually, be really close, feel really close, regardless if the puppy's there or not. They have, like, especially if it's, like, maybe a female dog, they'll have, like, a motherly instinct to take care of, a younger dog, won't
What do you know about female dogs?
I know a lot of things
Yeah, but
about
it
female
sounds
dogs.
right. It sounds.
I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that.
Oh my god.
Did not mean it like
It sounds like right. Go on.
Anyway, continue.
I was just gonna say I think it also depends how you introduce the dogs. Because if you just go meet, they're not gonna get along.
Yeah.
Like you see a lot of people slowly introduce their new pets. And
Yeah, like they slowly ease them.
if you do that, then it will probably go better.
So like slowly easing the new dog into like being in the environment near the older one.
Yeah, which you would probably also need to do with a dog that's a little bit older anyway.
Yeah.
It's a new environment.
Like an older dog will probably be far more mature.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I just didn't like why would I get a dog when it would die 2 years?
Yeah, that does seem a bit
Or whatever it was. That wasn't
dark in a
Yeah.
way. Like you're
no,
just
no.
keeping them around as like oh look at this, I have this dog, and then when they're gone it's like not treating it as like an actual loss really.
Like a little decoration. Like
Basically you're treating
look
them
at my
like a
dog, bye.
decoration.
Yeah.
And like as soon as it disappears, like a decoration that needs replacing. In a way.
Yeah.
Should we move on to the comments?
Yeah.
So these comments are going to contradict a lot of what we've just said, more or less, because they seem to think that the writer is an asshole.
Oh.
So, first comment: you're the asshole. Your entire attitude is you need to do exactly what I tell you to do, or else you're wrong. She told you why she wants a puppy, so a current dog has a companionship or a companion, and that someone is to motivate the older dog to stay active. You're completely ignoring that, and you're even telling your friends that she just wants a toy, all because you perceive your friend as not being as into animals as you are.
Oh damn.
Damn.
Oh, maybe we are the assholes.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm joking.
The writer does sound in places like that being kind of like a know-it-all in a way, like, oh, if you have to do things this way, or if you do it the other way, then you're just wrong and you're neglecting the dog, basically.
When I first heard it, I didn't see it as like being an asshole though. I saw it as kind of just letting them know, so then they know what they're doing.
Yeah, but
That's
now
what I
from the
gathered.
think of the comments, I can
There
kind
were
of see
there were some parts where they seemed very sort of like
do this or you're wrong.
like
basically.
demanding and
Demanding, yeah. Next comment. You're the asshole. You act like an expert just because you work in a pet store. Plenty of older dogs react great to younger dogs if introductions are done well and the younger dogs are trained. You need to handle this well. Instead of thinking that dogs have to be the same age or alone. Also, you're being rude saying that she treats dogs like objects when she was trying to extend the life of a dog. In my country, it's not even legal to sell anything more than a fish at a pet store. You working in one does not make you an animal lover.
Can I pipe in really quick? I find it crazy that they said just because you work in a pet store doesn't make you an animal lover.
Yeah, but
Did they miss the part in the beginning where he
the
She
talks
said she
about
works.
has?
Yeah, she has her own
animals.
dog. She has her own dog. She works at.
A
Why?
horse?
Why?
All I'm gonna
I'm not
say.
gonna change my opinion because some others say that she's an asshole. In my opinion, if you work there and you have your own experience, then she's not the asshole for how she
Yeah.
reacts.
Yeah.
it goes back
Maybe it was
She's
interpreted the
awful.
wrong way, but like by the person, but especially if this person has multiple animals, so they already have prior experience of
Yeah.
like raising animals, especially different types, because dogs,
Yeah.
cats, a horse as well, even. Like obviously, everyone has their own opinion on how an animal should be raised, but in the most part, I still think that although it might be interpreted the wrong way, she did have some parts where she was being like, "Oh, you need to do this or you're wrong."
Yeah.
I don't think necessarily she's an asshole.
I kind of see everyone's point, like in the story and the comments.
Yeah,
I see like
it's up for
posts that-
interpretation. 'Cause
yeah.
everyone has like their own ways, don't they?
and like it was going back to sort of what I said about they need to be introduced
Mhm.
properly. Like that comment said, it all just kind of depends because it could be.
It all
taken
depends
either-
on the owner, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And how the owner goes about it. General verdict?
Not an asshole.
Not an asshole?
I wouldn't.
Sorry, to read the point.
No, I wouldn't say they're the asshole. I
No.
think they were more just trying to look out.
The comments seem to contradict that because they have made the agreement the writer is an asshole. Not the asshole from us, but for commenters, unfortunately, they disagree and they think the writer is an asshole. Pardon my language. So on to the next story. Edit this out, I need a piss. Am I the asshole for possibly ruining my husband's friend's only chance of getting married?
Wait, repeat.
Am I the asshole for possibly ruining my husband's friend's only chance to get married?
Ooh.
Okay.
My husband has a friend, or refer to him as John. His wife recently passed away after a long and difficult illness. Less than a month after her death, he started using dating apps and was meeting new women. The problem is John is an alcoholic, unemployed, and overall not a good person. His late wife went through a lot just because of him, and the relationship was pretty unhealthy. John lives in another country, and he often visits art because his late wife was from here, and he dates women from around here. Good start, is it? Recently, I visited a close friend of mine. We'll call her Lucy. She's been single for a long time, and she had difficult experiences with her past partners. Because of that, she struggled for a while and avoided dating. During a visit, she told me that she had met a charming and kind man, and after that, they'd been planning to get married. From what she said, I realised that she was talking about John. I was happy that she started dating again, but I couldn't let her marry someone like him. I told her the truth that he had serious issues, didn't work, and was not someone who would treat her well. I warned her that she could end up in a very bad situation. She was shocked, but she promised in the end of the day that she would end things with him. A few days later, John called me and asked why Lucy wasn't responding. I said to him that I didn't know. The next day, he called again while drunk, accused me of ruining his chances to get married and say I would pay for it. Now my husband is asking me to apologise and fix the situation. He believes John might have changed if he married Lucy. But I don't believe that he would change even when his wife was seriously ill. I'm honestly worried about Lucy, especially since he could take her to another country where she might not know her rights. I believe I did the right thing. Edit, English isn't my first language, so I hope I made everything clear. Second edit, all four of us are of the same ethnicity, whereas it's rare to marry someone who is not of the same ethnicity. We are a very small nation in terms of numbers, and that's why there are applications and websites that are just for us. That is sorry. Should we get initial opinions? Personally, for me, especially if they know this person has like a really bad history, if this person is friends with the person they are talking to, I feel like it's right for a friend to warn someone beforehand if they know there's something wrong with other people.
But no, already what I'm thinking is OP is not the asshole. I don't see any harm in what they did.
No.
Because it's more just warning their friend not to get into this awful situation that someone has already kind of like struggled in.
An experience in a life.
Yeah, and especially what was it? They met and then we're talking about getting married.
Yeah, it seems like they're going like far too
And
quickly
it's also
into
the fact that it was a month after John's like wife.
previous wife died of
Yeah.
illness. So it seems like he's just not really care. He doesn't really care about losing his prior wife. Seems like he's moving on a bit too quickly. If you get what I mean. If they've been married for a while and you're moving on that quickly only after a month, like seems like it didn't really mean much to you. Where they don't value the person.
Yeah, like in my opinion, it seems like he just kind of wants to be married.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like he actually
cares about the actual person.
Whoa.
Oh,
No.
yeah, over to you, Alexis.
okay,
Sorry, I feel like...
No, it's okay. To be honest, no, she's not really the asshole for doing that. If you're not willing to change how you act as a person, why do you think you would how would you think that people would will also think that you're gonna change for that one person? Wasn't there like something about him drinking?
He's an alcoholic.
He's an
Yeah, he's an alcoholic, and
He's an alcoholic,
Yeah.
unemployed, and
Yeah,
overall
there it
just
is.
not a good person.
yeah, if you're an overall not good person and you want
He's like a
to have the
doomsday
best for
train.
your friend, you wouldn't want that person to really. The writer's friends with Lucy, no?
Yeah,
the writer's friends with Lucy.
So yeah, of course.
I
She's
think
not
that was
asking for this.
that was an edit on there, like they're from like the same ethnic
Yeah,
group,
I
so
would
they-
fight
they-
anyone that
obviously,
says she's an
yeah.
asshole. I will fight. I will genuinely fight people that say she's not.
You'll
she's an
find out
asshole.
the writer of the story and
I
be
would
like,
genuinely-
tell me where the John is right now.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, because I can't see like any way that the writer is the asshole.
No. On to the comment. It's easier to mask issues than deal with them. The fact that he was drunk so soon shows that he was masking more than just self-improvement. The writer didn't make the decision, Lucy did. If she trusted John more than the writer's word, she would have stayed with him, but she made the informed decision to break up with him. It's possible new information provided context to something she couldn't put her finger on. Red flag can be more apparent when an external person describes them, or rationalised it away.
It's good because not a lot of people see it. Not a lot of people see it
No,
when
until
after-
someone's actually like sat them down and being properly
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, for example, when you have a friend and you know they're in a bad relationship, but
Yeah.
they can't see it because they're so deeply. They'll fix themselves. They'll not do this if we get together. That type shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
Sorry.
yeah, what I'm trying to say is that not a lot of people see it face on, but rather see it from external views or friends' way, rather than seeing it from themselves.
Yeah, it says a lot that Lucy actually like said, "Oh, I will stop."
Yeah, the writer in question was able to catch it before it had a chance to properly
Yeah.
develop, thankfully.
And especially knowing like John's background.
of him being an
Yeah.
alcoholic and being a general fucker.
Yeah.
Pardon my language, everyone.
Yeah. Not real.
Anyway, next comment. Not the asshole. Your husband is a fool if he thinks that marrying Lucy will change John. The only thing that can change John is John. And as others have said, he didn't do that for his last wife. Why would he do it for the next wife? You didn't ruin his only chance of getting married. He can only find another gullible woman, or he can choose to change himself into a partner worth having. The ball is in his court. The fact that he is ready to marry Lucy quickly, and after losing his wife recently, is a huge red flag. Abusive personality types like to move fast and get their next victim locked down quickly before they can see them, i.e. the abuser, clearly, for who they are. You did the right thing by warning your friend. Friends look out for each other. If your husband truly wants to help his friend, you should tell him to pull his head out of his ass and get his life in order before dating anyone. Until then, stop dating your friends.
Yeah.
Valid call.
Yeah. No, that says everything. I'm not even disagreeing with that.
Yeah.
From the
Cool,
general
but
consensus
whatever
I'm
that
getting,
says.
John's an asshole. And before he should actually be thinking about it for that, he should be focusing on himself and getting his head, like
Yeah.
they say, get his
Bro.
head out the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, his ass, sorry.
I'll
not
also
the
say like the
grammatical error, sorry. everyone.
I'll also say that like thinking about it, I forgot about this part until the comment that the husband is also a bit of an asshole. Because why should
Yeah.
why should
Why is
she
he Why is he picking the side of John before he picks his wife, basically?
yeah like why should she apologize for looking out
For
to a friend? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that opinion. Yeah.
So what's the general verdict? Are we saying not the asshole?
Not,
Yeah,
the,
not the
asshole.
asshole.
Fuck that John. Fuck anyone that's a John like that. Oh my god.
It
His
seems like
dad's
the
name
comments
is
are in
John.
agreement with us because they.
Easter egg drop.
No. Take it.
Easter egg.
I'm not giving it.
It seems like the comments are in agreement with us because they have a general verdict of not the asshole. Cut.
Why does he say cut every time?
So you have next story. My best friend has slept with 3 of my exes. I don't know what to do about it.
Wait,
I-
what?
Say that again.
Wait, did I hear that?
To repeat, my best friend has slept with 3 of my exes, and I don't know what to think about it.
Oh my
You
god!
don't know.
Wait,
bitch.
wait, let's stop that.
I'm
Let's
about to
stop
put
that.
that bitch on a fucking
Wait,
choke
put it
board and
away.
cut her limb by limb.
Why are we even starting this? Am I the asshole? Yeah! No, yeah, your friend is the asshole.
We don't need to hear the story.
Yeah, go.
But just for context, let's read the story. So, a little backstory. Me and my best friend, who we'll refer to as C, started being best friends forever years ago. Probably around 5th or 6th grade, this would have been. We went through school together, and we were insanely close. Fast forward to our junior year of high school. She set me up with her boyfriend's best friend. Me and him started talking, then she sleeps with him behind my back. I confront her about it. We stopped being friends for a while until we reconnected around early 2024. Everything seemed good until 2 weeks ago. Me and her are very involved with each other's everything. Like, we share our locations with each other and we talk constantly throughout the day. I noticed a few times within the week she'd turn her stuff off and not talk to me for most of the day. Cool, whatever. She's an adult with her own life. I just had this weird gut feeling that something was super off. I didn't read too far into it, but a few days ago, one of my exes texted me. He was my first boyfriend ever when we were 14. Each other's first everything, also. He was being really apologetic and acting very strange. Until tonight, he got super drunk apparently and was calling me and told me that about a year ago she had slept with C. I thought he was surely bullshit, and surely that's not true. But he doubled down and cited he had been mad at me because I rejected his advances to get back together. So he did the worst thing he could think of, and that I shouldn't be mad at her because she felt terrible about it. I was absolutely devastated. I cried for hours and then I called Steve. I immediately asked her very bluntly if she had slept with my ex, and she said yes. I continued to break down because of the hell. And then she starts with excuses. She basically said that she did it because she's insecure and that she felt bad about herself and she was jealous of my apparent ability to pull. So she convinced herself that she was on my level and slept with him. Damn.
Hello?
Oh.
Even if that's a real excuse, I don't understand it. She supposedly regretted immediately and bluntly told me if I hadn't found out she was never going to tell me, which stung. But I mean, I also probably wouldn't even admit to that either, because it's terrible. She continues, and admit a few weeks ago she had slept with a guy that I had been talking to also, which I had suspected but I didn't know for certain. In the end, I told her that I didn't know what to say or do, because I genuinely don't. I had moved past the former stuff entirely and I trusted her my whole life. I still love her to death, and if I could look past that, I would, but I don't even know if I can. Because she told me straight up that she had never done that sort of thing to anyone else. Only me. I was the only person she couldn't stop screwing over in the mad dash to fix her own insecurity. That she told me she didn't know if it could happen again. I'd like to say no. She said that the first time and apparently kept on doing it. So I've come to Reddit. What the hell do I do? Any initial opinions before we get...
What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Anyone that has a C in their fucking life, what? Kick them out of that. What the
It
hell?
seems like this is like it's not just like a one-off. It's like they've done it multiple times.
It's the fact that the ex said, oh, she felt really bad about it, and she's done it again.
Wait, no.
It's not.
It's the fact that the best friend is still
Constantly doing it.
What?
Full well knowing that that's their friend's ex.
What the fuck?
That's.
I mean, usual rule of thumb, if you're gonna get with someone's ex part something, like a friend that you really might know, especially that close, you would speak to the friend beforehand, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but just don't do it.
Obviously, don't do it beforehand, but if you really want to, obviously you speak to the ex beforehand.
Well, yeah.
Because it's the nature of being friends with someone, isn't it? If they say no, then you leave it.
But that's not.
But even so, like, it seems like just really shitty.
Quiet, can you
Ooh.
End it out.
But like, no, it's just girl code, mostly girl code. Like, why are you not sticking to girl code? It's not insecurities anymore. You're just being a bitch. You're just being a bitch, a blatant bitch. For no reason. You're not insecure. That's not funny.
No.
You're not funny.
You can't blame it on insecurities.
Oh hell no.
Because that insecurities doesn't.
You love me, don't you?
Like, it's crazy that you're insecure about like how you look instead of insecure about the fact that you're a bad fucking person and a
Yeah.
bad fucking
Yeah, exactly.
friend.
You're insecure about being a bitch.
About being a bitch. Like, I know I'm not in this video, but I wouldn't. This is the kind of thing I keep to myself. Because violence will be made.
Yeah, that
I would
does.
literally be going to this bitch house and beating her the fuck up.
Is this big man?
Why are all these stories like obviously like relatable in a way?
Shut up, Sam.
Shut up,
Damn.
Sam.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Sam and the extras.
Can we just put it as welcome back to Sam's channel?
So the edit goes as follows. I would like to add that I had no intention of continuing to be besties with her, to say the very least. I'm not excusing her behaviour and implying that I'm just gonna let it go. I'm seeking guidance on what the hell do I do, because the person that I thought had made a one-off weird mistake when we were 16 and generally believe that it more or less completely stabbed me in the back with a shockingly small amount of remorse. I've got mental whiplash now. I found out most of this only a few hours ago. I've made this post immediately after getting off my phone with her, so please have a little grace. I'm just confused and deeply hurt.
Hurt that bitch. Deeply hurt that bitch. Why are you mentally hurt? Deeply hurt her.
Well, obviously the writer, in my opinion, she's taking the right action, especially if this person's done this multiple times and is showing like no remorse, basically.
The right action, this bitch would never fucking live to tell the tale. I
Period.
killed her right then and there after the first one.
You're
I wouldn't have given her a second or third opportunity. She would
You're-
have died.
You said it, girl.
I forgot what I was saying now.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll bring it to you. We got that telepathical friendship.
Wait, friendship.
Oh, we're not gonna kiss. Stop! Oh, okay. You got it.
Make out.
Okay.
No!
Shut up, Nicole.
You got it?
No.
Oh!
Alright, so the first comment goes as follows. She's never done it with anyone else, but you 3 times, that's an enemy, not a friend. It's okay to accept that you've grown apart. And the writer responds with, well, that's the thing. I hadn't realised until we had grown up. I could move past the first time just because it was a small area and maybe it was just a one-off mess up. I didn't realise that secretly that she had seemingly resented me the entire time. I just didn't know how to consider it. Me and her would see each other constantly at events and parties. And if she does this as my friend, what would she do if I cut her off?
That's a good
Probably
point.
10 times worse in a way.
Whoa! If you cut someone off and just block them on
It's not
everything,
your
they won't
concern
know what
anymore.
you're doing. They don't know what you're doing anymore because they don't know
Exactly.
who you're dating unless you're putting it
Especially-
on private.
Like if you've moved on from them, you're not talking to them anymore. If you've like
Yeah.
cut
They
off
should
all
not have
connections
any-
to them, they're not your responsibility or
insecure?
worry anymore.
No.
It depends how you're taking cut her off.
Yeah.
You could cut off her like
Limbs?
genitals.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
won't
but
be
no.
cheating on anybody.
Because you can't fuck any more exes.
Yeah.
Just kill
Are
her
you
off
two like
in
a high
general.
five? You basically said the same thing,
Yeah,
like
but
genitals,
Billy
legs.
Bean.
Shut up! But no, like, what? It should be just innate in general. You should know that if someone does it to you, cut them off. You can't just keep going. You can't keep going. If your friend slept with your ex at one time, you gotta cut them off straight
Yeah.
away. You can't let them go like that. What? That's
Obviously,
not a mistake.
I feel like the first time obviously I know they were young from what they were describing in the story, but it feels like the writer is being a bit lenient, overly lenient.
Yes.
Oh, very.
But obviously they're young at the time, so there's
Oh.
kind of like that to it. But in the same way, they're kind of being like a bit overly lenient.
But that's her prerogative. That's her prerogative to be nice. She
Mm.
could choose to be a fucking bitch, and I would stand there and go, yes.
Yes, bitch. You're not the
Yes.
asshole still. You're not the asshole.
She's given her the grace
Mhm.
to not be fucking crazy about it the first time. To
Mm.
then disrespect you another
Again.
2 times. 3
It's like-
times a charm is crazy.
It's like that whole like, saying of everyone deserves a second chance. She's basically been given a second chance.
Oh,
She's
piss off.
Yeah.
fucked it
Yeah,
off
fuck that.
instantly. So the next comment is as follows. If that is your best friend, then I'm really curious about who your enemies are, because I would have thought that I was reading about your enemy, not your bestie. The writer responds with, yeah, tell me about it. I had no clue about the majority of this until a few hours ago. I had no clue that my best friend was my biggest enemy. Generally, I don't have issues with any people at all. I like to think that I'm a relatively decent person, Which to add, I had asked her if she had done anything wrong or hurt her in any way because I could not fathom why else she would do it. And she had said no, so I don't know. I'm very confused and hurt. I think the general census on this one is pretty obvious. No, the writer's not an asshole, the friend is the asshole.
Yeah, like
More than an asshole, even.
this
It's
is
not even asshole. It's a.
You stole that saying.
it's genuinely straightforward. The person is the asshole, but the writer herself isn't the asshole.
No, she acted
She is the asshole.
with a
Yeah.
really understandable and common reaction.
Yeah.
If you found like your friend had been going behind your back like multiple times and doing that, like especially, it's just that is not a friend in all fairness. That is just like that is an enemy. That's someone you don't want around you.
What was she planning on doing? Just cutting her off? She was just planning on cutting her off.
From the
right?
sounds of the
Yeah,
edit,
just-
it sounds like she's already done that.
Alright,
after
cool.
that.
Which is the
Yeah,
best thing
she's
to
not-
do in that
She's
situation.
not the
Yeah.
asshole for cutting her off at all.
Especially if she had a chance, the friend in question had a chance beforehand, and she's just gone and done the same thing again, if not worse. So I'm guessing the general census is not an asshole.
Yeah, no, she's
Yeah.
not an
The
asshole.
story made me angry.
Not an asshole on that one though.
Oh, this isn't an asshole story, is it? It's not. It's
Yeah, I
not.
was gonna say there's not even a thing that says asshole.
We heard
not
wrong.
asshole. This is our last story for this episode.
This one's my favorite.
Okay.
Oh, that's scary.
Sure, benefit.
Why? Okay.
I'm on the asshole for joking around with my friends and not taking things too seriously.
This was reposted to r/am I the devil.
Basically, it's basically where like the,
The
worst
worst
of the worst go.
assholes.
Oh.
So it's worse than an asshole.
Oh.
18 male, me, and a big group of friends all booked a big Airbnb trip over Easter and got there the other day. Me and a couple of them got there first, and a little while after that, the second group arrived and come in, followed by another person, we'll call him Luke for context. Luke and his boyfriend immediately went to their bedroom. I was gonna say hi, but someone from that group that he arrived with said that Luke wasn't feeling too great, not sick, but something had happened with Luke, so it would be best just to give him some space to settle in before any interactions happen. Luke, I know, has one of those social anxiety conditions, and although I've not seen an attack myself, I've seen him get in a bit of a state once before, as he would tremble and stuff. But I know from what he's told me, he doesn't really like it when it impacts plans. He mentioned feeling guilty and worries what people would think, and it makes him spiral a bit worse. It also, although not really common, usually something happens that triggers a reaction, I think, but it can be random, so it's only a bit rare from time to time. Like 5 minutes go by, and I think there's no point of him sitting around getting into his feelings more and making himself feel worse. So I decided to go get him so he can go get the rest of us, so he can't get mad at himself for wasting any more time. Some of us have already started drinking by this point, so I was going to go tell him to join us. I opened that door, and Luke is lying on top of his boyfriend as they are both in their underwear. So I say sorry and leave the room, laughing a tiny bit on the way out. Someone asked what's going on, and I said that he's feeling better anyways, even though I interrupted their foreplay and joked around about how they couldn't wait not even more than 10 minutes out the door, basically. Everyone's kind of laughing. Luke and his boyfriend eventually come down after like half an hour, and everyone is joking about them fucking. I joke that they'd immediately made sure that no one else could use that bedroom just in case they wanted to swap. Both Luke and their boyfriend were adamant that they weren't fucking. I'm joking, but didn't look at it like that. If I hadn't walked in later and seen more, you'd still think they'd be gaslighting me. And Luke's boyfriend especially seemed mad at me, both for opening the door and then telling everyone what I had misinterpreted it and just doing it for jokes. I told him to chill out, that it wasn't that serious, as it was just 5 minutes, as 5 minutes didn't occur to me that they'd be doing anything more than just unpacking. He said that I'm just being annoying and acting like a child, and Luke had nothing to say about this. Then also the people who were laughing at me also started. Suddenly, no need, this turned into a thing. But yeah, I was wrong. But I get the feeling that they were just appeasing him just to stop it from getting bigger. Also for context, as friends we regularly joke about each other, so this is nothing. So basically from what I'm guessing, this person, they're in a big group, 2 people from the group, Luke and his boyfriend go up, because Luke wasn't feeling so well when he got there, emotionally. The person, that being the writer, walks up, finds that they are having foreplay with each other, walks out, tells everyone else in the group that they basically make a big joke about it, and obviously the other two aren't happy about
It might not have been foreplay though.
It might have been more
It was probably just.
misinterpreted.
I think it was just him laying down on the bed having an anxiety attack,
I did
and
think
the
that.
other person is there using, you know, like a weighted blanket.
Yeah.
That makes people calm. That's
Because people do that. It's like a.
That's a good point, actually.
Because it might not.
It might just
Being
be, like you
foreplay.
said, they might have taken it out of context and then weaved it into something far worse that might have not been even happening in the first place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the writer's definitely an asshole in this case
Yeah.
because not even
Especially
not
going
even
downstairs
fucking-
and telling everyone else. Like,
Why even fucking knocking?
Yeah, if you go in and apologise for seeing what you weren't meant to see.
Yeah, and then just leave it at that. Sorry.
Yeah, but if you walk in and see what you weren't meant to see, if someone asks what's going on at player, or just say something else. Don't,
You just say nothing.
because it's none of anyone's business. It was just for
Mm,
Luke and his boyfriend. It wasn't for anyone to know
No.
if it is like if it was sort of foreplay or.
It's behind closed doors, personal stuff. Like, if this was like a real friend as well, the best they could have said is like, if they were asked what was going on, they could have just said nothing and just refused to elaborate on it.
Yeah, the writer is the asshole.
I don't know. I probably will give an opinion after the comment.
Yeah.
Let me see what the comment says.
Yeah.
In all fairness, it seems like one of those bro things, like, oh, it's not that bad. We just like taking the piss out of each other.
No.
But something like that behind closed door, and you obviously know that your friend, for this case, Luke, has like an anxiety disorder, and their boyfriend might have been obviously probably doing something to help them calm down. It seems like the writer's taking that out of context, and they decide to use that as basically like leeway to basically make a joke out of them, basically. Comments. You're the asshole for opening the door on people who you know wanted privacy. Who does that? You're the asshole for thinking making jokes about someone with severe anxiety was a great way to start off your trip, especially someone you didn't know well enough to name. You're the asshole for referring to him as Luke's boyfriend multiple times instead of giving him his own frickin' name. That's weirdly dehumanizing. You're the asshole for thinking, I'll make this guy feel better by telling him to stop wasting time and come downstairs. Most people I know with a panic disorder, myself included, would prefer if everyone behaved as if everything was totally normal and showed them it was no big deal and a normal life if they were to start apologising. Otherwise, bend around it. I've also had my partner lay on top of me when I'm having a panic attack. It's like a weighted blanket and hug at the same time. I know I'm not the only one that this works for. Going back onto what we just said earlier. Like, for people that have like panic disorders or like anxiety disorders when they're in a panic attack, the idea of having someone you know you can trust basically acting as like a weird blanket, it basically it's like a level of reassurance that helps you calm down basically and stabilize yourself in a way. So to have someone that you thought was a friend come in on you like that and then just make a big hoo-ha about it, basically make a joke out of it, it's just like really disrespectful.
But no, like it could have been like a lot of people, if they're having some sort of like panic attacks or being close to their partner just helps. So then, especially if you're stressed about something, being around loved ones
Yeah.
is a really good
trust. Yeah.
It's a good way to kind of calm down.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone has sort of different ways, and like they said, a lot of people will just like have their partners like line up with each other, like just to calm down. It doesn't automatically mean they're like
Fucking.
So it's. I still think that the writer is like a big asshole for that.
You know, I think it's just blatantly disrespectful.
Yeah.
Obviously, the writer is in no place to really joke about something like that. When someone is already going through enough and you add more onto that, it's not really fair on them, and it's not any better for you if you're just gonna do that, make jokes into a bigger group. It's not. It's not it. The fucking writer's a bitch.
If anything, it's gonna, especially if they've just had a panic attack.
Yeah.
Knowing that a big group of people is using that to make fun of them, for all you know, that might send them into another panic attack.
Yeah, that
again.
has.
Because that won't
Or can make them feel like they're being a burden, which they obviously aren't.
Yeah.
They purposely know that they're not feeling right. They've gone to a private environment expecting to be left in their own privacy. Where they have someone that they trust around them, so they expect us to be left alone until they've, been able to stabilize and calm down. but then to have that intruded on, and then uses something against them is just really kind of language fucked up.
No, bitch. Yeah, no, real. It's just disrespectful. Nah.
Mm.
I don't know how to say it. It's just straightforward.
Yeah, especially because they even said that they know this person has suffered with this type of thing before.
Mm-hmm.
Going and doing what they did is going to make their situation worse. It's going to make them more stressed and less calm, and it's going to make them struggle more.
Next comment. You're the asshole. No doubt about it. Young men know to knock on the door before opening, no matter what it is. Let them know that the fun was starting wasn't a bad idea. But you talked about it like this is something that he can just turn off because you're all drinking. You shouldn't have told everyone what you saw either, especially after they corrected you. It's their business, not every damn person's in the house. Also, they weren't trying to appease them. In fact, I put money on it, only chuckling in the first place to get you to shut up. Apologise to them privately when you get the next chance. I think that's like a general census about what the writer in this is the one wrong.
Yeah.
Because if anything, they put Luke, the person, thought of a situation.
Yeah, like I agree with everything Colin was saying. Because it basically highlights every single sort of thing that the writer's done wrong.
Yeah. It feels like, especially if they're on like a group, it sounds like they're on Airbnb, so they're obviously on like a group trip, aren't they? And it's gonna like put like a dark shade over that's the entire group trip now. If you think about it.
It makes it more awkward.
Exactly.
Yeah, especially.
Yeah. No, continue.
I'm doing a Sam. Especially like the start of the night, the start of the trip, it's going to make things specifically more awkward between you and Luke and his partner, because it's.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no. In all genuine, like what the comment says, it just creates what's true, like what makes sense. That's right. What they said, it just.
Yeah.
I think we're all in agreement then that the writer is obviously
a bitch. Oh,
an
sorry.
asshole was the right word, but yeah, bitch.
Yeah, they're definitely they're definitely like the asshole in the situation.
Not just an asshole, they are. This was referred over to the devil, like am I the devil? So they are the
Do you
devil.
guys
basically.
agree with them being that bad to the point
Oh,
where they deserve
no.
to
Thing
be
is,
stabbed?
when Sam was reading the story, I thought, oh, this is bad, but I didn't. I thought it could just stay on am I the asshole?
Yeah.
No, this is like, are they like worst of the worst?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
Oh yeah.
Like, worst of the worst is like,
They continue.
if
doing
the
it.
first story about April was true,
Mhm.
about killing, that would be on there.
Yeah,
So I'm bringing it back around.
I love that for you.
I personally think that like purposely going out your way to mock on a friend that's in a vulnerable position like that, it's like devil stares.
Yeah, but I still think that an asshole.
Yeah.
Asshole, but not the devil.
So I think we rule the majority were saying the asshole.
Yeah.
Right, everyone. That is it for this episode. If you've liked it, then obviously feedback is appreciated. Like, if you don't like it, then obviously give it a thumbs down because, you know, personal opinion.
Can we restart that?
Fuck up, Sam.
Restart that.
All
Sam.
intrusive.
Obviously, there'll be more stuff following in the future. So, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next time.
I try.